Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I want to continue my skincare series and talk about vitamin C. This can be a very complicated yet necessary ingredient in our skincare, especially as we get older. So I definitely want to try to kind of clear the cobwebs away and give a good comprehensive explanation, discussion about vitamin C, why we should be using it in our skin, what are the benefits, but also what are the roadblocks that we sometimes run into when we're trying to get, the best products, because there's a lot of really good information out there and there's a lot of bad information as well. And there's a lot of ways where we can get kind of duped by skincare companies. So what is vitamin C? Well, it's a water-soluble antioxidant. So I guess the obvious question is, well, why don't we just eat more citrus or drink more orange juice and hey, we've got the vitamin C we need, right? Well, unfortunately, when we ingest vitamin C, it does not penetrate into the top two layers of skin, the epidermis and the dermis. So we can't get our vitamin C for our skin that way, unfortunately. Now, our skin makes vitamin C naturally, but as we age, the level of vitamin C in our skin starts to deplete, and therefore we have to supplement it. Just another reason why getting older sucks. And we just have to take better care of our skin, and we have to replenish what we're missing and what we're not able to produce anymore. Vitamin C is an antioxidant. It is meant to protect us from free radicals. Free radicals are reactive molecules. They damage cells. They make our cells less healthy. So the idea is antioxidants they're big shields for our skin. They protect us from the formation of these free radicals that are going to damage our skin. And even after damage has occurred, they can scavenge these free radicals to kind of put them in jail and not allow them to create any more damage. What can vitamin C do for your skin? A lot of skincare experts use the acronym BLT. Vitamin C is a brightener, it is a lightener, and it is a tightener. So first and foremost, vitamin C is a brightener, and it's a brightener for all the reasons I just talked about. By being a powerful antioxidant, it can protect skin from free radical damage, which occurs because of UV light, pollution, other environmental factors like cigarette smoke, for example. And by doing that, we have this more brighter appearance to our skin because our skin is healthier. The second is lightening. Now, vitamin C is not going to lighten your skin, but what it will do is it helps lighten hyperpigmentation and dark spots that are being caused by UV light damage. The way it does that is it decreases abnormal melanin production, and thus giving us a more even skin tone. And finally, vitamin C is a tightener. Because vitamin C is highly acidic, it triggers healing, which accelerates the production of collagen and elastin in our skin, and it gives our skin a more youthful appearance, a more firm appearance, and it can diminish the look of fine lines and wrinkles. So what's the problem? Why is this such a difficult discussion? Well, the problem is vitamin C is in its active form, which is called L-ascorbic acid or ascorbic acid, is very unstable. It's water soluble. It is very sensitive to oxidation caused by light and air. So it can be very difficult to formulate. You're looking for a serum that is in correct packaging, meaning it's in an airtight package. So these are either dropper forms or pump forms. You also want a packaging that is going to protect the formula from light. So you want opaque packaging. Another point about vitamin C is that it is smelly. So this can be described, I think it smells like hot dogs. Some people think it smells like bacon or kind of just cooked meat. It does not have a very attractive smell to it. So a good point is if your vitamin C serum smells like oranges, then they are adding fragrance and essential oils to it to deal with the fragrance of, the natural smell of vitamin C. So that's a good rule of thumb. If your vitamin C doesn't smell like bacon or hot dogs, then you might not be using the right vitamin C. Finally, you also need to understand that you can have the best packaging in the world and a stable pH. And over time, your vitamin C serum will oxidize. So your vitamin C serum should be clear or straw colored. Over time, it'll start to turn more yellow to bright yellow to almost like an orange. Once it hits that bright yellow, orange, brown, then it is oxidized, it has lost its potency, and it needs to be thrown away. This is especially important because there are some stories out there of people using oxidized L-ascorbic acid on their face and it's staining their face yellow. So no one's got time for that. And then finally, it's got to be at the right concentration. So we talked about packaging, we talked about pH, and we talked about oxidation. We need the best concentration. So ideally, for us to get those benefits of vitamin C on our face, we need to be between a concentration of 8 to 20%. Anything under 8%, you're not gonna get the best advantages of that product. And anything over 20% is saturated. There's really no benefit to going over 20%. So you'll find most really good vitamin C serums are somewhere in the 10 to 20% range. So I talked about all these things a vitamin C serum should have. So what are some good ones? I'm going to be talking about 5 that I definitely think are worth your money, but there's some important things to understand about vitamin C serums. When you're looking at a vitamin C serum, yes, I want it to have that concentration of vitamin C, but it needs some supporting actors. Vitamin C is acidic. It can be irritating on your skin. So first and foremost, you want skin soothers in the formulation. Things like allantoin, things like licorice root extract, all of these things, or green tea, for example, all of these things are known skin soothers. They're gonna help your skin tolerate the vitamin C. Other ingredients you want to look for is other antioxidants. There is really good research that shows that vitamin C plays really well in the sandbox. And in fact, certain antioxidants can actually accentuate the effects of vitamin C. So for example, vitamin E, which is also tocopherol, if you're looking at an ingredient list, that actually accentuates vitamin C. So does ferulic acid. So the best vitamin C products out there are going to have vitamin E and ferulic acid. And then they're also going to have, like I said, other skin soothers. So the first one on this list is kind of the elephant in the room. And I say that because I put it on this list because it ticks all the boxes. It has everything going for it, but I don't use it. And so I don't actually own it anymore. I have tried it, but I'm gonna put it up in the corner of the screen. This is from SkinCeuticals. This is their vitamin C, E, and ferulic acid serum. This is the OG. This is the first potent L-ascorbic acid serum of its kind. It has everything. It has skin soothers. It has vitamin E and ferulic. It is the correct concentration at 15%. It's an opaque packaging, all of these things. So why don't I use it? I don't use it because it's expensive. The cost of this serum is $166. And 10 years ago, that made sense. It was the only one on the market. It was a beautiful product, still is, but it made perfect sense. I would have paid $160 for this product 10 years ago, 15 years ago. But the reality is, over the last 10 years, there have been a bunch of really good vitamin C products on the market that do the exact same thing, that are a fifth of the price, a quarter of the price, a half of the price. And because of that, I just can't in good conscience recommend it over the other ones I'm going to talk about. So let's talk about the first one. So this is from Timeless. This is their 20% vitamin C and ferulic acid. You'll notice it is in opaque packaging. It is a pump, so it is protected from air and light. This, again, is very similar to that SkinCeuticals product. It's 20% vitamin C. It has ferulic acid. It has vitamin E. It has all those skin soothers that I just talked about. This is a great product. The difference, it's $27.95 in free shipping. So this is a really good alternative to that SkinCeuticals product. It is straight to consumer, so you have to buy it on the Timeless website. I heard a rumor recently that it was coming to Target online. I have not checked that, but I know that that was the rumor. So you may actually be able to get it on Target online, which would be cool. The other serum that I commonly use that I really like as well is from Maelove. This is another online skincare company, and this is the Glow Maker. This is a 15% vitamin C serum. Again, has ferulic acid, vitamin E, and all of those skin soothers that I just talked about. This is, again, an opaque packaging. It is a dropper, and I'll actually show you, this is an old bottle. I'll actually show you, you can see what vitamin C looks like once it's oxidized and not good anymore. This is also very affordable. It is $27.95 for 1 fluid ounce, which is usually the standard of what you'll see in vitamin C serums. Another one I'm gonna put up on the screen. Again, I have owned this, I have used it, I actually quite like it. This is from Paula's Choice. This is their C15 vitamin C booster. So as you can imagine, it's 15% vitamin C. Again, ferulic acid, vitamin E, skin soothers. I feel like a broken record. This is $40 for 1 fluid ounce. This is also a really good alternative. Again, straight to consumer, so you buy online, but can't say enough about that product as well. I kind of like the texture of the Maelove and the Timeless a little bit more, which is why I use those, but it's still a really good option. The last vitamin C product I want to talk about that I recommend is the only one you're going to be able to find, you know, in Sephora. And this is from Drunk Elephant. Again, I'm going to put it up on the screen. This is their C Firma vitamin C serum. This is, again, opaque packaging. It's a pump. It's 15% vitamin C, ferulic acid, vitamin E, all the good stuff in here. But it is $80, so it is more expensive. This, again, is a beautiful texture. It works really, really well. I only have one beef about with this product, besides the fact that it's still pretty pricey, right? It's Drunk Elephant, it's pretty pricey. But my frustration with this product is one of the skin soothers that they use is pumpkin ferment extract. Now, please don't misunderstand me. Pumpkin ferment extract is a known skin soother. So it's a good ingredient. It's not a bad ingredient. It's a good one. The problem is it's yellow. And the whole point of using a vitamin C serum is that it's clear or straw colored, so you know when it goes bad. So the fact that they put an ingredient in here that is bright yellow makes me kind of wonder, you know, call me a cynic, call me paranoid, but I just find it a little bit sketch. So even though this is, don't get me wrong, it's a great product, I'm not going to use it because I can find alternatives that are just as good, if not better, are less expensive, and I don't have to worry about it. Now, there are other L-ascorbic acid serums on the market. I'm going to list them above so you can see some of the other ones that are available. I do not recommend these. And the reason I don't is because they're kind of one-note products. They absolutely have vitamin C in the correct concentration and in the correct packaging. My problem with them is they're stripped down. They don't contain things like ferulic acid. They don't contain things like vitamin E and the other skin soothers. And this is really, really important because A, you want ingredients that are going to support the most powerful ingredient that you're trying to use. And you also want ingredients that are going to allow your skin to tolerate it. A friend of mine wanted to try vitamin C. She has kind of sensitive skin, and she tried, I think, the product from The Ordinary. And she's like, oh my God, I melted my face off. She's like, I can't use vitamin C. Well, yeah, you melted your face off because it wasn't meant to protect you. And so as much as, yes, these are L-ascorbic acid serums, and they are cheaper, I do not recommend them because I just don't think they're complete formulas. So you will probably notice that there are a lot of vitamin C serums out there that I did not mention in my top 5. And there's a reason for that. On my side over here, I am going to list all the products that use what's called a vitamin C ester. And there are many different vitamin C esters. Vitamin C esters are forms of vitamin C that have to go through a chemical reaction in skin to become the active form of vitamin C or L-ascorbic acid. So all of these esters have to go through one chemical reaction, sometimes 2 or 3, to become L-ascorbic acid. The reason why that's important is if you read the research, there's not great research to say for sure that that can actually happen at the level it needs to happen to benefit your skin. I am not in any way implying that vitamin C esters are bad. They're not. But at the same time, there is a reason skincare companies use them. They use them because they're more stable, they have a longer shelf life, and they're less reactive to oxidation. So they can formulate them easier. They can put them in jars and creams and all of that and not have to worry. But the reality is they're not as potent. Now, in some situations, that may be what you need. If you have really sensitive skin, and even if you're using one of these really good products with all these skin soothers, sometimes you just can't tolerate it. And in that situation, using an ester makes sense. But other than that, you know, why wouldn't we use a more active, potent form that doesn't have to go through any type of reaction to do its job, just because a company can put it on a shelf for longer? There is one caveat to this. There is a specific vitamin C ester that has gotten a lot of attention recently because there's been some new studies to come out to show that it may be as effective as L-ascorbic acid. And that ester is called THD ascorbate, or tetrahexyl decyl ascorbate. Say that 3 times fast. This is a fat-soluble ester of vitamin C. So the idea is that because it is fat-soluble, it can penetrate deeper into skin. It still needs to go through a chemical reaction to become L-ascorbic acid, but the idea is because it can penetrate deeper, it's more likely to be able to do that. Recent research has shown that it is probably as effective. However, my issue with this vitamin C ester is marketing has absolutely taken hold in regards to skincare companies using this ester. And what they're claiming is they'll claim it's 100 times more effective than vitamin C, 55 times more effective than vitamin C. And the reality is it isn't. It just may be more easier to work with, which is great for skincare companies. But what I'm seeing right now, especially with the marketing, you are going to pay a premium for this ester because it's so, great. And I've listed a few products here. And if you go to and read the marketing on these products, they will tell you that this is so much more powerful than vitamin C. I get so frustrated when I read these claims because I'm like, people will fall for it. And don't fall for it. There's nothing wrong with THD ascorbate. It's good, but is it worth paying $200 for? No, it's not. Some other marketing ploys that you'll see claims of clean vitamin C. I recently saw this in the pharmacy version of this, where they referred to it as a clean vitamin C, and they're using a synthetic vitamin C ester. So how is that clean? Did the chemist wash his hands really well before he formulated it? I just don't fall for this. This is all marketing. Don't get me wrong. I love pharmacy. I love the brand. I love a lot of their products, but I'm not going to pick up this vitamin C ester product because it's clean vitamin C. There is no such thing as clean vitamin C, just like there's no dirty vitamin C. It doesn't exist. The other marketing that I've seen is when we talk about natural forms of vitamin C. The one specifically that I've seen advertised is this product from DermaDoctor. It's their Kakadu Plum vitamin C product. Kakadu Plum is a natural source of vitamin C. If you go to DermaDoctor's website, they'll say it's like 50 times, it's got 50 times more vitamin C than an orange or something like that. Well, that's all well and good. But the reality is that natural forms of vitamin C, the highest percentage they can reach is about 2% concentration on your skin. And you need, if you remember from what I was talking about before, you need 8 to 20%. So you can use all the Kakadu Plum you want, and it's not going to reach 8 to 20%. And what I found very interesting is if you turn over the bottle and look at the ingredient list, the second ingredient in this product is a vitamin C ester. The Kakadu Plum part of it is way down the ingredient list. It's like the 10th ingredient, which just goes to show that that's not what they're relying on for the vitamin C in the product. What they're relying on is the ester, the synthetic. The Kakadu plum is just all about marketing. So that's it, you guys. I hope I didn't bore you too much. I tried really hard to stick to the major points about vitamin C serums, why we use them, what are the best products, what are alternatives that are still good, but why? Why do we look for these certain things and why they're so important? So I hope this was enjoyable. I would love to hear your comments. What vitamin C products do you like? Have you seen results with them? Have you had problems with them? And if you like this content, I hope you stick around and watch some of my other videos, and I hope you subscribe below, and I hope to see you soon in the next video. Bye guys.